From the heart of Wayne County, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Goldsboro, North Carolina. Today is Tuesday. It is October 29th, 2K13. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning.
Good morning. Hope you're doing well on this October day. It's either 7 a.m. or it's noon or it's 5:30 or something like that, because we show this program throughout the day.
Yes, we do, Wayne.
So if you're watching, thank you for being with us. And if you're not watching, shame on you. I can say that because they can't hear me. Okay.
That's exactly
All right,
We're
there you
safe.
go. All right, so let's take a look at who's on the program for today.
That's right. On today's program,
Yeah.
we have someone here from Communities in Schools.
Oh, good.
And they're talking about their Success Coach program.
Oh, yes.
And it's I learned a
Oh.
lot just from the interview myself. So
That was-
you don't want to miss that. It's really good.
VEDA MCNAIR.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we also have someone here from the Arts Council.
Yes. LATISHA Banks
is
Yeah,
here. She's talking
that's right.
about a couple of things that are happening pretty soon, special events. Some around the fall season and others just fundraisers and free events. So you don't want to miss what these ladies are talking about.
You know, they do so much at the Arts Council that's just so much fun. There's so many things going on over there.
Speaking of, tonight.
Oh, tonight.
Tonight, from 5 to 6 o'clock, is the pumpkin carving contest.
Is that tonight?
And pumpkin carving party, yes,
Oh.
from 5 to 6 tonight
Oh,
at
boy.
the Arts Council of Wayne County. Give them a call if you want to participate, and you can find out more details. Or visit their website, artsinwayne.org.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay. And I came across a list, and I'll read one item from that list.
Okay.
Things you don't see in elementary schools anymore.
Huh,
Think
what?
about this. Remember when you were in elementary school, what,
Yes.
4 or 5 years ago?
Exactly.
Okay. Blackboards. You don't see blackboards anymore. And I
No,
mean
you
the
don't.
old-fashioned real
That you
real
write with the
blackboard.
chalk on.
Exactly.
No, you don't.
The first classroom blackboard reportedly installed at West Point.
Really?
The first one in 1801. As the railroad spread across the U.S., so did chalkboards, as slate was now easily hauled long distance from mines in Vermont, Maine, and Pennsylvania. And then by the 1960s, blackboards began to go green, literally.
True.
Steel plates coated with porcelain enamel replaced the traditional slate boards. The green was easier on the eyes, and the chalk erased more completely off the paint. In the 1990s, whiteboards began creeping into classrooms. It turns out that even dustless chalk annoyed the kids with allergies and got into the nooks and the crannies of the computers that were beginning to become classroom fixtures. So, one thing you don't see anymore is blackboards. In fact, you don't even see the green boards in much anymore.
No, you don't, and that's an interesting transition
Yeah.
to go from the blackboards to the green boards to now the
The whiteboards and now
whiteboards.
computers,
Yeah.
which is it's technology.
that's part of life.
One more thing you don't see much anymore in
is-
recess. We had recess. You know what recess is, right?
Yeah, that's a shame.
And there are many reasons why some schools are eliminating or shortening recess. Students need every available moment for academics in order to prepare for standardized tests. Too much liability lest a child gets injured, not enough budget to hire sufficient playground supervision. But some schools that do still have recess have banned dodgeball or games like tag. Other schools have recess coaches who provide structured play and conflict resolution, rock, paper, scissors, rather than pink bellies on the playground. Rock, paper, scissors.
There you go.
Yeah, I always was the pink bellies.
I don't know what that is.
Well, it's almost considered to be maybe a little violent.
Really? Oh,
Well,
it's
you
just
know,
a game you all
yeah,
played years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't a game. They beat me up. Not
that's
real.
not
No, not really. Not really. Pink bellies. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Well,
See what
while
else
you're
we have.
looking for birthdays,
Yes. Oh, Birthdays.
Yes,
Go
let
ahead.
me tell you about
Tell me about it.
something that is happening at Wayne Community College.
What's happening?
They are having a concert Friday, November the 1st, which is this Friday actually. It's called Let's Hang On, which is a tribute to Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Yeah, oh gee.
That is at 7:30 this Friday, $20 or what the ticket cost is. Wayne Community College in their auditorium. So if you're interested, Let's Hang On, tribute to Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons this Friday, November 1st, 7:30 p.m.
Of course, that's taken from one of their biggest hits, Let's Hang On to What We Got.
Exactly.
You know, and of course, their musicology goes way back to the early 60s. I remember I believe it was 63 when I heard the song Sherry for the first time. Sherry, Sherry Baby.
Oh, yes.
And there were so many other songs from Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
I was waiting to see if you were going to break out in song.
I had to resist. I'm not a singer, so I was able to successfully resist that urge. All right, birthdays today. Dan Dan. Big Dan's having a birthday today.
Happy birthday, Dan.
Castellaneta is 55 today, and you know who he is.
Do we?
You do.
All right, who
Dan
is it?
Castellaneta is the voice of Homer Simpson.
Then we do know who
You
he
do
is.
know who he is, and he also does other characters as well. But he's the best known for Homer Simpson. Kate Jackson is having a birthday. She was once upon a time one
Charlie's
of
Angels.
You got it. She was one of Charlie's Angels. She is 64 today. Richard Dreyfuss, not one of my favorites necessarily, but still having a birthday today. He's 65. He's 65 today. He was best known for his for the movie Jaws.
Yes.
What we need is a bigger boat. He won an Oscar for Goodbye Girl. Ellen Johnson having a birthday. Ellen Johnson is the first female to lead an African nation. She is the president of Liberia.
Wow.
And she still is. She was elected in '06.
And she's still in office.
She's still in office. Yeah. Finola Hughes having a birthday. Oh, by the way, did I mention Ellen Johnson's 74?
I don't think so.
And she is great. Birthday today also for Finola Hughes. She is 53. She plays the role of Anna Devane on General Hospital,
Okay.
as well as her evil twin sister on All My Children. I don't know if she's evil. I just made that up. Jolie Fisher having a birthday. She plays the role of Joy Stark in the TV series Till Death Do Us Part alongside Brad Garrett. Those are the birthdays for today.
Happy, happy.
Yeah, and you're right. What she said. Happy, happy. Coming up, we've got Oakland Volunteer Fire Department with their annual turkey shoot. That's every Friday and Saturday during the month of November. And on Wednesday, November 27th. All right, $3 per shoot. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Stay tuned. Stay with us. Now we're going to talk to communities in schools and the Arts Council of Wayne County. What do you know about communities in schools? How about the Success Coach program? Well, Ms. VEDA McNair is here today to talk with us about that program so you can learn more about how you can get involved. Good morning, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So you've been a part of this Success Coach, which is under the umbrella of communities in schools, correct?
Yes.
So how did you get involved in this program?
Well, actually, I'm a retired educator. I wanted to get back to the community. I started out maybe 5 or 6 years ago volunteering at Goldsboro High School with their, what was called then, the Graduation Coach program, just kind of looking at graduation projects and that kind of thing. And I found that to be very rewarding. And when some more funds came along to the Communities in Schools program, I was invited to apply for a position as a success coach. And so the program at Goldsboro High School now is the Success Coach program. It's no longer called Graduation Coach program. But the goal of the Success program is
One and the same.
one and the same, that kids will complete school successfully and graduate. So that's how I got involved.
Well, that sounds like a perfect fit for you. Just a nice move right on into the next phase of education.
Absolutely.
Guiding students.
Absolutely.
Well, the program itself, the Success Coach program, tell me more about that. Tell me the goals, which you mentioned a little bit already, but tell me more about the goals and the mission of that particular program.
Well, our mission is basically to surround students with a community of individuals and resources that will help children be successful in school and to eventually graduate and become contributing citizens of Wayne County. So that's basically what we all try to do. It's a collaborative effort at the school level, throughout the community, and with parents.
Right.
So it just works. It works as a total effort of a community.
Where all do we have these success coaches? Which schools?
Well, it started in Goldsboro High School, and we have a success coach there. We have two at Southern Wayne High School, and then we have them at feeder schools to those two schools. So we have an individual at Dillard. It's not necessarily called success coach, but he does basically the same thing. Then we have a success coach at Brogdon Middle, at Mount Olive Middle, at Grantham School, and at Spring Creek, where I am.
Oh, that's where you are.
That's
fantastic.
right.
Well, tell me about a scenario of a day in the life of a success coach. Give me just an example of what one might do as a success coach.
Well, we work part-time, and I guess that's good for a retiree because it gives you time to do other things the other part of your day. The downside of that is that you don't have the whole day to do everything that you would like to do. But we start at varying times throughout the day. I usually start around 7:30 in the morning, and I stay till about 12:30. I check on all of my students. I try to visit classrooms throughout the day, but there are some specific students that I seek out that I am certainly trying to keep an eye on and to work very closely with to be sure that they're successful. So I might do anything from offering pencils, paper, folders, markers, whatever they need to all of the children. And then I may check on a specific child to see how they're doing. Have they done their homework? Do they have what they need to do a specific project? I may bring them poster board, those kinds of things. But I'm also checking for other needs that they may have. Remember, this is a collaborative effort. So if there's some issues with attendance, if there's some issues with health, if there's some issues with some social issues like with family issues, maybe they're having to move, or there's a sickness or death in the family. Those are kinds of things that I'm listening for to see how we can help, again, collaboratively. Because at Spring Creek High, we have a family support team, and we work as a team. The social worker, the nurse, and I, the counselors, the administrators, we really all work together to help kids who may be in crisis or nearing crisis, or maybe just having some simple problems that they may be having, some simpler problems. Some are more complex, some are things that we can fix right away. So I'm throughout the day doing that kind of thing. This week is Red Ribbon Week, so I'm assisting the school personnel, the counselor specifically, with Red Ribbon Week activities, and we're just reminding children to stay drug-free and to celebrate that. On my end, I'm asking children to be focused on their education, because my mantra for my kids at Spring Creek High is to keep education the main thing. In fact, some of them just call me the main thing lady because it's close to MCNAIR. If they can't call MCNAIR, they go main thing lady or main thing. And so I've given them Twistlers this week to remind them not to get twisted up in those things that would get them off track, but to stay focused on their education. And the counselor has given out pencils, and we've got posters up and banners. We've had a writing contest, and we'll be giving out some trophies for that. So it's been an exciting week. Today, we're all wearing red.
I see that.
In honor of Red Ribbon Week. And I've got on my coach's whistle. I'm a coach, and I always tell the kids, not the coach that coaches sports, but I'm the coach that coaches you through school. That make sure you stay in school, that you have what you need to be in school, and that you successfully complete school. So I'm working with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and I'm following my 8th graders right into high school in 9th grade.
Excellent.
So it's working out real well.
Well, how might a teacher identify a student to be a part of your program?
Well, teachers do, but it's not just teachers. Parents can request that I work with their children. Students sometimes self-nominate themselves to work in the program.
Really?
The counselor, administrators, and if someone sees that there's a problem, we have a referral form that they can check off. But sometimes it's just by word of mouth. They'll see me passing in the hall.
Identifiers that may make them
Yes,
realize that there's something.
Yes, there are some specific identifiers of children who are at risk of being at risk.
Okay.
And the checklist that I give them pretty much covers those things. So it could, as I said, anything from poor attendance to some behavioral issues, or perhaps even some issues as far as family situations that would prevent them from being in school or being successful in school.
Well, what type of contact are you and the teachers in? Because they're the ones I know that are with the students on a day-to-day and have their eyes watch for these identifiers. I mean, do you talk with your teachers once a month, once a week?
Daily.
Daily.
I'll see them daily. That's one of the things I do. When I'm there, I will stop in the rooms in the morning, generally before school. When I was a principal, I always could tell how kids, what kind of day they're going to have, pretty much by looking at them when they come off that bus and get in the hallway and they're in their lockers and they're conversing with other students. And you can just tell their tone. If they're happy and school seems like it's going along normally and that everything's well with them. But you can see if they're down. Sometimes I'll go and ask them. You can see on their countenance that maybe today's just not a good day. Maybe they've gotten in a little trouble on the bus or in the hallway or in the laboratory.
Or at home
before they leave. So I try to kind of breeze through the halls, through the classrooms, not interrupting instruction.
Right.
But I try to come maybe when they're changing classes and going from class to class or to electives. At lunch, you can pretty much tell who's happy. And I'll come through the cafeteria at lunch and chat with them. So again, the idea is not to interrupt instruction, but basically to touch base with teachers and students and counselors on what's going on. And they'll see me and go, "Hi, main thing lady," or a teacher might say, "Come here, I do need to mention to you this particular child. I think they would do well to have your services." So, and some parents ask for it.
Right.
We try to help them with academics too. And so we work on volunteers, and if there's one thing we do need volunteers.
You heard it here. They need
Yes,
volunteers.
we need volunteers to be buddies, to be mentors, to just volunteer. And it's sometimes kind of difficult at the middle school and high school level.
I'm sure.
It's easier at the elementary level. But any volunteers that we can use from our community, because this is, again, a collaborative effort. Our community has to work together. So any parents or other volunteers out there who'd be willing to come into the school, anytime you can give, an hour, a week, just whatever.
Just call the main number at
Just
Communities in Schools.
Or call, for me, Spring Creek School.
Or you can call Spring Creek
and
School.
ask for me or the guidance counselor.
Wonderful.
Because we're always looking for help. But one of the things that I've done this year is matched up buddy high school honor students.
Oh, what a
with
great idea.
some of my students in the middle school area. And it's worked out great because these kids and the honor students have to gain so many points for their projects and and our kids in middle school need help. Sometimes just someone to say hello. I saw a kid give a handshake. It was sort of a sliding handshake and a fist bump, and he says, "This is going to be our way of saying hello to each other." And I thought, how wonderful. And then that student's going to come and help them with math or with reading or whatever when they have a free period or a time where they can get away. So it works out real well. Again, it is a collaborative effort. The entire school community, the parents, everybody's working to help our kids be successful.
It sounds like it. And do you all have a few statistics that you want to share?
Well, we've been very successful. We do have some results from 2012, 2013 year, and I've just been really pleased overall with the effort in Wayne County with our success coaches. We had 100% of our potential dropouts stayed in school.
Oh, that's wonderful.
100% of our CIS seniors graduated. In other words, our communities in school seniors, the kids that we're working with,
stayed in school
specifically and graduated. 100% of our students, our CIS students, met their suspension goals, and that is that when we write goals for the students, we want to be sure that there's a reduction.
Exactly.
We'd like to get down to 0, but they met whatever the specific goal would be for the school or the student. And then 92% of these students met their behavioral goals. Because we're monitoring these kids daily and weekly, monthly, and then quarterly we try to really kind of get some type of estimate of where our kids are. 88% of these students were promoted. 88% of these students were promoted, which is pretty good. 80% of our students met their achievement goals and so on.
Right.
So it's just, last year, 2012, 2013, was a good year.
Obviously
we're
it
hoping
was.
for even better results this year. And we're on a roll at Spring Creek High and all the schools. We meet, the success coaches meet monthly, and we talk about our successes, what's going good. We share ideas, we share resources, and it just works out real well.
Well, you can see the passion when you talk about the program.
Yeah.
And anytime a person has passion and speaks with passion, you can tell they mean it.
Yeah.
They live it, they mean it, and they're
Yeah.
going to work harder in what they do. So Communities in Schools has done a fantastic job of reaching out and finding educators that already have the passion. They just need to be put back in that position.
Absolutely.
And you all have done
I
that.
think all of us but one are retired educators.
That's what little birdie had told me that.
Really.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today. I enjoy myself learning about the programs that we have here in Wayne County, and I'll tell you, Communities in Schools has been a success since day one, and we're looking forward to what continues to change and grow with that program. And if you want to be a volunteer in Communities in Schools, you can call their office number, or you can do like she said, specifically call Spring Creek High School if that's the school you'd like to volunteer. But they're desperately in need of others that want to give back, want to help our students, and see them succeed. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And this is Communities in Schools.
Thanks for watching. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television, in the heart of Goldsboro, in the heart of Wayne County.
The Arts Council of Wayne County has many events. Have you heard of what's happening? Well, with us today is LATISHA Banks to tell us more about local events. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We're always glad to hear about all these fun things you all offer.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's
We
coming
offer
up
a lot.
next? Yes, you do offer a lot.
The next wonderful thing that we have is going to be our 19th annual benefit tasting of the wines, which is sponsored in part by Mr. Bob and Susan Crenshaw of Health Habit.
Yes.
And we're certainly appreciative of them doing that. In this event, we're going to have over 90 wines that you can actually taste. So if you're not a wine connoisseur, this is a great opportunity for you to try to figure out which wines are best for you. We're also going to hold, this event's going to be held at the Goldsboro Country Club, which is located at 1501 South Slocum Street. You can purchase tickets in advance from either Health Habit or from the Arts Council of Wayne County, $35 in advance, $40 at the door. We will be serving heavy hors d'oeuvres, and everyone will get a commemorative wine glass. And we're hoping to raise quite a bit, because these proceeds will certainly help to benefit numerous programs that we offer at the Arts Council of Wayne County that are free of charge. So you're not only benefiting yourself, but you're benefiting the community as a whole as well. We're going to have a fantastic silent auction of special vintages, oversized bottles, and one-of-a-kind releases from artists. And some of the artists, just to name a few, will be Marjorie Rose Powell. It will also be Miss Martha Carnegie, Adam Beebe, and some others. So, of course, you want to get in on that. That's going to be an exciting opportunity.
So sounds like an exciting night. $35, your tickets ahead of time, $40 at the door.
Yes.
Goldsboro Country Club, November 16th.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't want to miss that.
That's correct. And again, you can purchase the tickets at Health Habit. And if people are not familiar with their address, they're located off of Spence Avenue. And to be exact, they're 606 North Spence Avenue. And the Arts Council of Wayne County is located at 102 North John Street, downtown Goldsboro.
Yes, it is. We're glad to have you.
Yes, ma'am. I'd also like to mention that I was just talking briefly about the proceeds from this fundraiser. We also have a couple of events that occur monthly, which is going to be First Friday. That's the first Friday of each month. I think the next one that we're going to be having will be December the 6th. That's always from 5 to 8 p.m. We always have live music. All of the artists come up and open their studios. You get to just mingle and interact with different patrons of the Arts Council. And I love that, because we do have different artists that come in and show and display their talents. That it's an eye-opener for a lot of people that have not been to the Arts Council before. The other thing that we have is the second and fourth Thursday of each month, unless there's a holiday, is open mic night. That's something that we recently started doing, and that's from 7 to 9 p.m.
And people are really liking that.
Oh, yes, it's becoming quite popular.
Yes, it's such a great opportunity for local people
Yes.
to really be on a stage, be in front of a group of people and show their art, whether it's singing, whether it's reciting a poem, playing an instrument, or both.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, definitely. We have a great time, and I always try to encourage people, especially if they're fearful of getting up and presenting their gifts. I'm like, come on, you got it. To help somebody else get up here and get out of your fear. So
that is a great opportunity. And it's not such an overwhelming environment.
Right.
That people are too intimidated.
Right, right.
To
I think we
showcase
try to
what
make
they
it-
can do.
Yeah, we try to make everyone feel relaxed and at home.
So do you need to call and get reservations and make sure your name is on a list, or is it just you just show up and stand up?
For open mic night, there are no reservations are needed. It is from 7 to 9, so I do suggest that you get there maybe a little before 7. If you have any instruments, that way we can account for you having to set up and things of that nature. So,
Awesome.
but no.
So I know you have a couple more things happening right after that.
We do. A couple of great events because I wanted to certainly acknowledge. We have our holiday art market opening, and that actually is sponsored in part by Scott Construction. So that's something that we certainly enjoy having, and that's going to be on November the 14th from 5 to 7 p.m. We're going to have refreshments, free refreshments as usual. So that's going to be exciting. The other event that we're going to have is going to be our gingerbread competition, which is sponsored in part by Remax. So that's wonderful. It's open to all ages, well, starting at age 6, and it goes all the way up through whatever. We have different categories for, you know, like elementary age, middle high school age, professional age. And there are cash prizes awarded for certain categories.
Well, these gingerbread houses are fabulous. We've seen them through the years, and the children and the adults get very creative.
Yeah.
They're not always your typical gingerbread houses.
Yes. No, they're not. And if you've never actually, like last year was my first year actually doing a gingerbread house, people were surprised.
Wow.
So we do have a class with Don McDonald that's November the 19th from 5:30 to 6:30, ages 5 to 17. You have the opportunity to have an instructor help you create a gingerbread house that can be placed in that competition.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, all of this information and all these events, you can get more details on their website, which is
www.artsinwayne.org.
It is a beautiful website, newly redone.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can find anything you'd like to find out more information about. Details, when, where, how much, and you can visit as often as you choose.
That's correct. You can also call us at 919-736-3300.
There you go, and that's what's happening in your community at the Arts Council of Wayne County.
And we're back. Are we back?
We're back.
We're back. Okay.
We're back, and let's see, I've got something to talk to you about. This is called an education forum. It's going to be taking place Thursday, November the 7th, 12:30 to 1:30 at Lane Tree Conference Center. $25 per person. It's a full seated lunch. This is a time to hear about education in North Carolina. Let's see who some of the speakers are. Dr. June Atkinson.
Oh, she's great.
She is the
Secretary of Education.
Superintendent of Public Instruction.
That's what I meant.
Close. Dr. Hope Williams. Let's see, President of North Carolina Independent Colleges and Universities.
I'm just going to sit here and be quiet.
Dr. Scott, I can't see that.
Oh, Rawls.
Dr. Scott Rawls,
Scott Rawls, yes.
President of North Carolina Community College System. And Dr. Steve Ballard, the Chancellor of East Carolina University. How about that? It's a great lineup.
It is quite a great lineup.
My goodness.
We're very honored to have all this.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of talent.
So that's Thursday, November the 7th, Lane Tree. You need to RSVP by doing one of two things. You can either call the Chamber of Commerce at the number that you know.
919-734-2241.
That sounds good.
That sounds good.
Or you can visit their website at waynecountychamber.com. But they would like for you to RSVP, $25 per person, full seated lunch. Come and hear about the education in North Carolina.
And it's an education for
Education forum
whom?
through Wayne County Chamber of Commerce.
For whom?
For whom? You're trying to be funny.
I'm trying.
He's trying to be funny.
Trying. I'm not succeeding.
It just took me a minute to
Well,
catch
you said it
on.
was an education forum.
See, some days
Yeah, and then others.
then others.
I know.
we just don't.
Don't.
Crazy thing. Mark your calendars, November the 26th. It's going to be a big day in our community, especially the city of Goldsboro. We want you to come out and enjoy lighting up our community.
Oh, boy.
Lights Up Downtown happens on November the 26th. The mayor will officially flip the switch. The lights all downtown, the Christmas lights will come on to start our holiday season. Our lights up all up and down Center Street. Yeah, there you go, all up and down Center Street. Also, the the beloved water tower.
Wow, the mayor will flip.
The switch.
The switch, yeah.
And we'll have a lot of fun activities taking place downtown. The children can come and make reindeer food, and there'll be lots of other activities. I believe this year we're going to have some snow.
Really?
How do I know that? Can't
How
tell
do you know that?
Don't know.
How do you know
But I
that?
think we might.
Oh boy.
There'll be trolley rides all around downtown. Then you'll have an opportunity to see the unveiling of the new motto and logos for
yes.
the city of Goldsboro. That'll all be unveiled that night.
That's
And
going to be fun.
the people that submitted these mottos, if yours was the winning motto, you'll be presented your prize package right there on the steps of City Hall. We'll have lots of great things going on that entire night. Then you can move right on down to the Paramount Theater, and the North Carolina Symphony will be there playing holiday pops. It is an absolute beautiful evening.
It's a great evening.
If you have not attended, and I can't believe that you haven't, but if you have not attended that, you are missing out, and you need to come down and see for yourself how beautiful the event is. And then, like I said, just go down and get you some tickets to go see the North Carolina Holiday Pops with the North Carolina Symphony.
That is a fact. You will love it. It's a great evening.
That's right.
And we're out of time.
We're out of time,
We're
so
out of
until
time.
tomorrow, I'm Kim Best.
And until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And this is what's happening in your community.